On this day in 1825, Nicholas I ascended the throne of Russia, and no sooner had he settled on the throne than a revolution broke out in the country demanding an industrial revolution, modern transportation, and better living conditions. But the new Tsar shed a lot of blood and suppressed this revolution, and arrested many of its leaders, the most prominent of whom was Kondraty Relev, who was sentenced to death by hanging. On the day of the execution, Kondraty stood on a chair and wrapped the rope around his neck, and the soldier kicked the chair with his leg to hang Kondraty, but the surprise was that the rope broke, and the execution failed. Then Kondraty stood up and said with a confident voice, "Do you see how nothing good can be made in Russia until the ropes break?" The breaking of the execution rope in the whole world and not only in Russia was a bad omen for the authority, and a relief energy opened for the condemned, as this was considered an indication of the innocence of the accused, and he was often pardoned. Indeed, when Tsar Nicholas I was informed of the failed execution, he was very upset, and his scream rose, and he entered his office, and wrote a pardon for Kondraty, but before he handed it to his assistants, he asked them, "Did Kondraty say anything after the rope broke?" They said to him, "Yes," he said, "do you see how nothing good can be made in Russia until the ropes break?" Then he tore up the pardon he wrote, and said to his assistants, "We must then prove the opposite." And on the following morning, Kondraty was executed without the rope breaking. The idea of all this is that sometimes one has to keep his mouth shut. Not all situations are suitable for speeches. Thank you for your time, like and subscribe for more.